My math senses have been tingling again with the release of Revenant. I have recently found out that it's only a 5% DPS hit to Revenant with going with 100% crit rather than his optimal, which is only like 48-52%. So that got me thinking, what is the actual loss in DPS for going with 100% crit on all of the other carries? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Paragon Guide. I am Sylphin. So we are checking out what is optimal DPS versus 100% crit. What is that difference that you are losing in DPS versus if you want that kind of sustain, reliable 100% crit. So here are all of the carries as of yet here. Grim, Murdoch, Revenant, Sarah, Sparrow, Twinblast, Yin. So I have their optimal builds here, and I figured this out already according to my math. According to my optimal DPS calculator, whatnot, this is their optimal DPS. Now, what I have done is I have gone for at least 5 CP of lifesteal on each of these carries, 10 for the ones that kind of really need it, such as Serath, Yin, stuff like that, kind of those melee ones. 20% really works quite well. And I go for 0 to 5% or 0 to 5 CP for a blink. On people that need, again, like Sparrow, Grim, those basically all of the range carries I went for a blink just to kind of see what the difference is at this, just so you can play safe and just very meta. 5 CP into lifesteal, very meta. Well, 4 kind of the 10% all the way to 10. So kind of the very meta thing to do, very standard in my opinion, so that is what I'm choosing to do. Now we have to figure out what is the difference between the optimal and 100% crit. So here I've gone ahead and put in all their builds: 21 power, 9 attack speed, 19 crit, plus the bonus to equal 54 CP, and then you kind of add on the blink and lifesteal. You have to take into consideration the opportunity costs that you're losing for the blink and the crit bonus. Kind of take that all into account, and just so that when you're at that kind of top 60 CP build. Now, in order to find the optimal DPS at 100% crit, I made a little graph here to help us out with varying amounts of damage versus varying amounts of attack speed. This already includes the 25 CP of crit chance. Basically 100% of the time you are critting. These numbers include that. So with Grim's base stats, it put into here, these numbers are using Grim's base stats. How much DPS do we have? What's the optimal DPS at 100% crit chance? So we have 25 CP into crit, 5 into the bonus, leaving us with that's 54 minus 30, 24 CP into damage or attack speed. What is the optimal amount? So if we have 24, let's go 23 and 1, 23 damage, 1 attack speed, and let's find that optimal DPS. Looks like 634 DPS at 18 CP of damage and 6 into attack speed. So 18, 6, 634, 18, 6, and 634. Now this here, the difference is this divided by this, meaning the 100% crit build is dealing 95% of the damage of the optimal crit build. So 95%, meaning it's a 5% DPS decrease to go with crit on Grim. A whole 100% crit on Grim is only a 5% DPS decrease in terms of comparing it to the optimal. Now, that's not bad. That's actually the same that Revenant is, believe it or not. We do this over here. Revenant looks like it's only a 4%, but that could very much be a rounding thing. Let's see if that is indeed a rounding thing. It doesn't look like it. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, so it is 1% off. So yeah, so it is a solid 3.7% decrease for Revenant and 4.8% decrease for Grim. Very interesting. Now, what happens if we do it with the rest of the carries? And take a look here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the difference. So Grim, we know that it's a 4.8% DPS decrease to go for 100% crit, but look at the rest. Murdoch here is a 5.4% decrease. Serath is a solid 5% decrease. Sparrow, 5.5% decrease. Twin Blast is the one that's hurt the most, 5.9%, and Yin is 4.5%. Very close to Revenant's 3.7. Now, Revenant's, I think why this is the case is because power is just so damn powerful on him, and he doesn't need attack speed. Just straight up doesn't. So the fact that he has 29 CP into power while still having 100% crit chance versus everybody's like Twin Blast having only 14, I think that's what really helps him, because that power does help with his basic attack, his powered force shot, and everything like that, which this is taking into account. So very interesting. Revenants being ability based, I have included those abilities. Remember, Twin Blast here, really no, I don't see people building a lot of attack speed on him anymore. He is basically just a burst, all power, all attack speed. And you know what? Let's take a look here and see what is that that amount here. What is that damage if we go for all burst on Twin Blast? For Twin Blast here, when you put 24 CP into power, all at crit, no attack speed, you can see it's 459, 17.7% less. But remember here, I haven't released this yet, but if we go over to my burst versus DPS thing that I have really yet to kind of fully release, we can take a look that in the first half second, if you get basic attack into some grenades, look at how in the first half second and then in the first 2.3 seconds, you can see that the difference between an all power build versus a DPS build is lots. 600 damage difference, 700 damage difference in the first 2 seconds. So that is why Twin Blast works very, very well, very bursty. So it really comes to no surprise that is why we don't go for attack speed, as he's the fantastic burst carry. Other than that, guys, take a look at these differences. You know, Revenant, I personally like that. I very much like that consistent, reliable 100% crit chance. So you can just boom, boom. You know exactly how much you're going to hit for. And you know what? You're not going to have one of your fourth shots not potentially critting. And you know what? That's very, very valuable. And it looks like all of the other carries could use it as well. Yin, especially here, looking not bad at 4.5% decrease. Grim, again, 4.8. And, you know, Serath as well. So 100% crit chance. It sounds ludicrous, but it's not that bad. For that consistency's sake, I think, especially on these carries that attack very quickly naturally, such as Yin, Sparrow, and Grim. Serath does as well, but these three heroes gain 2.8 attack speed per hero level. They attack fast to begin with. So I really like that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Look at these differences. Really not that significant. Is 100% worth it? Is taking a 4.5 to 5.5% decrease in your DPS, it is that significant? Remember, that's only, what is that? That's for Yin here, that is 31 damage. 31 damage per second in a 10-second team fight, 310 damage. I think I would rather sacrifice 300 damage over 10 seconds for that guaranteed fact that I'm going to hit you for 400 or 450, whatever it is, instead of 100, right? I think that is worth it, to be honest with you. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, because this is pretty darn exciting. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, guys. Please, please, please share it on Reddit, share it on the forums, as I think I bring a kind of a unique look at Paragon and kind of what we do with our builds and heroes. Please subscribe if you guys find this interesting or enjoyable, as I would love to be able to do it for you in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.